Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Entrepreneur's Kitchen. I am very happy to host a super special person tonight. No one like you have ever, seen, especially probably online. Not. I don't know how many of you are still attending, shows of the art of magic. He's not only a magician but also a coach, a mentor to a lot of people who want to bring back the magic into their life. A very unusual background. Everyone, please welcome with me Dan Berlin on our stage. Hi, Dan.
Woohoo!
Yay! Well,
Welcome!
I know you are quite used to having, hundreds of thousands of people in your shows. This must be quite weird for you, but thank you nevertheless, for joining my show in the times of Corona quarantine. How are you doing?
I'm very good. Let's make a very hot fire interview with some recipes of magic for everyone's life.
Absolutely. I'm really looking forward to that. And thank you again for accepting to join the program. So, Dan, I mean, it's not only that you're a magician, which is already a very unusual career, but also you had a very different start to everything. So we will talk about your background, but before that, I want to know what kind of magic you will be creating with your not only with your fingers in terms of magic, but also food. So are you going to, what are you doing?
Actually, I don't like cooking at all. I have a lot of strength and some big weakness is kitchen and cooking. So tonight, I love to do simple things in the kitchen and also in coaching. So tonight, I do something with ginger
Okay,
and
excellent.
this one here, and
Okay.
with a lemon. So I make a very healthy ginger tea for
Did
a lot
you?
of energy and magic power.
Awesome. So even magicians use normal food to get their energy from. So
You think, yeah?
yeah, is there anything particular you also eat that we should know about?
Yeah, I have here. This is my magic muesli mix.
Okay.
So there's a lot of energy inside. It's chia seeds. It's I have
Ah,
no idea what the names in English. It's like very special seeds from all over the world. And this is
awesome.
my magic mix for magic power.
Sounds amazing. So we have to get the recipe as well for that one later. So um, Dan, I wanna. Wait, well, let me also introduce my stuff, right? I'm always so eager to get into the conversation that I
Yeah, I wanted
forget.
to ask you,
Yeah,
what are you
I'm
doing
not.
tonight?
I'm not doing that
Schweinshaxe?
healthy. Well, no, no. But one of the issues I had the last couple of days in the kitchen is whatever I cooked tasted just horrible. So my
But you
kids were
could
like,
take it,
"No."
right? On the video,
Well,
you can take it. Like,
exactly, and actually, I think this is really advantages to be doing a cooking show where nobody else eats your food. Yeah, well,
yeah, that would be something for me as well. Yeah,
yeah, entrepreneurs in the kitchen are sometimes a
yeah.
little. But what I'm really good at is
Okay.
mixing drinks.
Welcome to the alcoholic show tonight.
Well, sometimes that you are German and you live in Düsseldorf, so you will probably remember the 80s German television shows where like philosophers used to talk, or politicians used to talk on important topics while drinking beer and smoking, and you couldn't see anything. So those guys are my role models. And of course, you need some gin. So I'm going to be doing a Negroni, which is one of my husband's favorite drinks. So I might just make him a surprise
You make the you
after the
you
show.
make the liquid disappear.
We're very good at that.
Woohoo!
We can make alcohol disappear.
Yeah, this is Seda's magic trick.
This is my magic trick. Well, so let's start talking about your background. I mean, you have started out in the IT business.
Yeah,
Oh my God.
I hated
Tell me
it.
about it. Tell me about
After school, I had no idea what I want to do, as so many people. At that time, I was 16. I like to play Nintendo and drive with my motorbike, and that's it. And McDonald's, that was my passion. And my mom said, "Hey, you have to do something. You have to get a job." And I'm like, "Oh, I have no idea." So she said, "Oh, you can fix things, so go to the IT industry." I say, "Whatever. Okay, let's do it." And this is where, yeah, where my career started. And very after a few days, I already figured out, okay, this is not what I want to do to the rest of my life. But I had money at the end of every month, like so much money, right at the beginning. So I was hooked in the treadmill.
it.
And yeah, and then finally, after many years, my first book about personal development changed my whole life. Because when I was young in school, people told me, like my schoolmates told me, that I'm a loser, that
Mm,
I was an outsider in school. And when
mm,
people tell you this over and over again, you start to believe it. So,
mm,
and when I
mm,
read these books, I figured out, oh, there was just an illusion behind
mm,
it, between my ears. So I started to believe in myself, and that I have skills, and that I can create my life. So that changed a lot. And I quit my job after a few years in the IT industry, and took a 2-year trip around the world to find myself, to find my passion, and find a dream job.
which you made yourself, actually.
Yes.
So
So
let's talk about it. I mean, where did you go, and what were the most important events that happened before you decided? I think I know now what I want to do, and also I'm really interested in that because I want to know how did you overcome all those struggles? On the one hand, leaving out that comfortable, recurring income, and I because I can imagine, as a magician, probably in the beginning you struggle like all artists do. You have to find the gigs, you have to do your marketing, branding, and all of those things. So how did you overcome all of that?
um, when I flew to Australia, I had a big vision. By that time, magic was my hobby, and my big vision, my big goal was, I want to make money with my magic,
Mm-hmm.
and support and support a trip around the world with that. So
Mm-hmm.
I had no idea how to do it, but I wanted to do it. So I went on the street with my deck of cards, and I went to persons in the street and said, "Hey, magic show, magic trick, watch this, pick a card." So, and at the beginning, everyone rejected me, and I was very depressed that people didn't like my to support my dream. But now comes the magic formula of success, the recipes. And this is, you need a big vision, a vision that really drives you. You have to believe in yourself and don't give up.
Mm-hmm.
That was my 3 recipes for success, because every day I went to the street again and approached people, different lines, different tricks, different techniques. And
Mm-hmm.
finally, after around 2 weeks, the first person stopped, because I started to get self-confident, and I played, and then
Mm-hmm.
I figured out how to do it. And then, yeah, the first person stopped, and then there were 3, then there were 10, 30, and at the end there were like 100, people after a few weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And at the end, I always said, oh, I show you my hat. I had a hat on my street show, and I still have it, like 10 years later, 11 years later. So this is the vest I was worn. And Here's my elephant, but where's the hat? Uh, Seda did some magic and made my hat disappear.
Well done.
This is my magic stick. So where is it? Where's it? Wait. Let me
Awesome.
just get it out.
You said it's an elephant? Or did I
It's
did I
gone.
misunderstand?
Yeah, there's
So
an
that's the
elephant
elephant in the room.
Yeah, correct. So at the end, I don't find it. I don't know where it is. At the end, I said, this is my hat, this is my heart, and this is my art. And then
Ah,
people came and put some money in the hat. And
ah,
yeah, I became very good in it. So I did like 8 shows a day. I could make like $100 each show. And this was the moment I realized, wow, now I can do what I love, travel around the world as much as I want, and live my dream.
that's interesting. So you after having a job in an IT company, I'm assuming it was like a cubicle job, probably. You go on the streets, and then you have a job on the street wherever you want to have it. It's like, yeah, it's insane. How long did it take to to do the transition?
From like you mean like thinking about quitting, or
Yes, so thinking about quitting, or maybe even before that, realizing that it's killing you, then
yeah,
actually thinking about, okay, what are my alternatives, and then
yeah,
not caring about it and doing it.
yeah. There were actually just two very powerful questions that changed a lot, and they're very easy questions but very, very strong. The first one was, what do I don't want anymore?
Hmm.
And the other one was, what do I want?
Yeah.
And I made it very, very clear that I don't want to be in this situation anymore. My coworkers, they read every day like crap newspapers with just negative information, and they talked about this all day long.
Hmm.
Radio, negative stuff. And the job, I couldn't really do what I'm really good at.
Hmm.
And so I realized very fast, okay, I don't want to do this anymore. I want to have a very amazing job,
Hmm.
and have a wonderful life.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
Yeah, but what were you doing exactly when you were in the IT?
different things. I was sometimes in the office, but
Okay.
sometimes I was outside where customers are, and I had to, with a drill, I had to like put cables at walls and
Oh, you were like
ceilings,
technical support team. Okay.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
yeah.
Awesome.
So
Well,
many different things. Yeah.
but I really find it very, very fascinating to take that step, because I know so many people who are constantly in personal transition, but who are afraid of taking this step into something that sounds like a lot more, yeah, more risk. Although it sounds like risk, I think the real risk is just doing that thing that kills you.
Yes.
You know? Yeah. Well, I'm sure that you will have a lot of questions. So I just want to mention to the people out there that we have a Twitter a site where you can ask questions to Dan, or invite him after the corona. It's at the Mindshift TV. So go on Twitter and just reply the Mindshift TV, and we will find you. And your questions
Awesome.
can reach Dan. Well, let's go back and talk about your first shows in Australia. What were the most amazing moments where you felt reassured that this was the right thing to do?
That's a good question. I think when the first person stopped, that was a big moment for myself. Finally, first person was like a grandma, very cute. I think she stopped because she was so worried about me. like the poor guy. Let's give him $2.
You're like, you're the
Yeah.
800th person to give me that $2 today.
Yeah.
Well done.
Yeah, it's always like baby steps to success, you know? So
Mm,
sometimes like just like a very tiny shift or very tiny success can make a big difference, yeah?
mm,
So I always encourage people to do the next step, but do it like very, very small steps. As
mm,
you said, most people they hold themselves in their situation because they're afraid of
mm,
what can happen, you know?
mm.
A magic sentence is don't concentrate on what can go wrong, concentrate on what can go right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think everyone has so much potential, so much power in themselves, but first you have to unleash it. So you
Mm,
have to take a journey into yourself to find all the magic inside of
mm,
you.
mm.
And then once you realize, wow, there's so much inside of me, I can do so many things, then you have more courage to go out and do it. But do it in baby steps.
Yet, exactly that is a big problem. A lot of people just um, don't even know how you can actually go inside yourself and search inside yourself.
Yes.
Um, so what would you suggest? How do you go about this question?
Yeah, two very strong things you can do. First is a 7-step why letter. So let's imagine, Seda, your passion would be to let's make something up. What could be your passion in the future?
You're seriously asking? I want to become a TV star.
TV star, perfect.
Joking,
Okay.
but let's say that would be my vision.
Yeah, okay. I like that vision, by the way. Okay, so okay, first of all, you write that down. The big goal, I want to be a TV star. Then you ask yourself, why? Why do you
Mm,
want to be a TV star? Okay, and so the first one is TV star. Then the second one is maybe because you want to be famous,
mm,
right? Then okay, why do you want to be famous? Because I like to get applause and selfies with many people. Okay, why is that? And you
mm,
always ask why, and you go like 7 levels deep, and after like 4 or 5, it starts to go from the head into the heart.
mm-hmm,
Then comes things like joy, gratefulness, give something back, right? And there you find out what is your internal motivation, what
mm,
drives you like at the core.
mm,
And this is very important when you are unmotivated or you struggle, when you think about the core of your motivation that gives you a kick again and motivates you.
mm-hmm.
So this one thing to go very, very deep into your journey, the why letter. Okay? Everyone can do this it sounds very easy, but it goes very deep. So take a little bit time to do that.
Yeah.
And the second thing is find your top 5 magic powers.
Ah, I like that.
So, yeah. So, first you write down 30 things you're good at.
Mm-hmm.
30 things. Some people think like, "Oh my god, 30 things I'm good at?" Yes, you will find them, just take a little bit of time. So then you ask your 3 best friends, you ask, "Why are you friend with me?" And the second question is, "What is my power? What can I do very good?"
Ah.
So then you have your own list, and then you have a list from your friends, and then you match them, and you get your best things you can do, their magic power. And from now on, then you should just do things you're very good at.
Mm,
Outsource everything you're not good at. Like I don't like cooking, so I have a cook that cooks my meal for the whole week. I love it.
yeah.
And always just do the things you're very good at in your
Mm,
business and also with your passion.
mm.
So this is also a very good journey. What is my power?
That's really cool. I think I'm just going to start with that immediately, asking my friends. Yeah. Um,
Yeah,
so after your road shows, the first road shows in Australia, and then I think you went
Asia.
to Asia, Singapore, etc.
Yeah,
What
yeah.
came after that?
2011, I came back from my 2 years trip and I started my magic career here in Germany.
Mm,
So I started doing shows for corporate events and many different other events. And I was very, very motivated because I love what I do. So after a few years, I was one of the best magicians in Germany, like not famous in TV, but most bookings.
mm,
And then I started to think, okay, what else can I do? Do I want to be the next David
mm-hmm,
Copperfield, or do I want to have another passion? And because I was so long in self-development, I started
mm-hmm.
to mix magic with speaking and magic with
Ah,
self-development.
mm-hmm.
And so this created something very new, like motivational magic speaker. Nothing like this was already there in Germany. And also
Ah,
magic and MC, moderation. So
mm-hmm.
yeah, I mixed new things together, and this is where a new passions started. And the one that fulfilled me the most was magic and coaching.
Mm-hmm.
So help people to find their power and go outside and
I just
find their
found my
passion.
power. Sorry. Yeah, that's
That
so
is magic
awesome.
data.
I just found my power. Excellent. Yeah,
See, sometimes it's so easy, right?
absolutely. Sometimes you just ask for power and it comes to you. Excellent.
Great.
But I mean, how do you do it? Do you have like an agency, or do you do your bookings yourself, or do you have a team that helps you? I mean, because I can imagine once you have so many questions around, can you come? Can you do this? Can you do that? I remember my time back in being a pianist and concertizing as a pianist. If you do it all yourself, you just go crazy because
Mm,
that's not necessarily the fun part, right? I'm just going to go grab
yeah,
some ice.
yeah. I like to develop fast
Mm-hmm.
and reach fast the next goals. So the only thing to do it is to outsource.
Yeah.
You have to find people that helps you. So I
Mm-hmm.
have like 20 freelancers nowadays for
Ah.
like
Mm-hmm.
very different things, designing the bookings or the paperwork.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to do the things that I'm really good at. So this
Mm-hmm.
is content creation and coaching
Mm-hmm.
and shows.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the only things I do, and all the other things I give away to people.
And that's probably also an advice you give to other people, right? Just concentrate
Sure.
on the things that you're good at. But
Yes.
but I think that's so difficult. How do you let go?
Yeah. I remember when I started to outsource, I told people like, "Oh my God, it's so amazing! I have someone in Mexico, and when I sleep and I wake up, the things are gone, done. You know, at the end of the day, I give them a task and I sleep, and at night it's like magic.
Yeah.
They are done in the morning, and people are like, oh, cool, okay. And then
Mm.
like a few weeks later, I was like, okay, and how are we doing? I think it's better when I do it by myself. I'm like, oh
Mhm.
no, you have to
Yeah.
give it to someone else. So it took so much time, like sometimes years, that people started to outsource.
Hmm.
And at, again, you have to think about your vision. Where do you want to go? And imagine what will your life change. Imagine your life in the next 5 or 10 years. What
Hmm.
will happen if nothing happen? Imagine you stay where you are at the moment, or even worse, it goes like this,
Down. Yeah.
and go in a very negative picture, like your partner will leave you, your friends turn the back, maybe your health, you get fat or whatever. And really imagine this picture to go really into the pain, and then turn it and go into a fascinating picture when you just do things now, you come into action, and
Yeah.
maybe people help you, and how will your life change into the next 5-10 years. It's very much about imagination, and always think about your vision and get in contact with that, with your
Mhm.
emotions. I
But
think
why
this is
do
a very
we?
good power.
But why do we self-censor? I mean, the thing you just told reminded me of a quote by Walt Disney where he said, "If you can dream it, you can build it."
You can do it.
Exactly. So, but a lot of people even censor their own dreams.
Yes.
Um,
uh yeah, many, I think one of the most, uh the imagine there's like a very mad magician inside of your head, right? Like a devil. He has like a magic drink, like alchemist. That's like in your brain. I think a lot is about media,
mhm.
because from the beginning, when you're a child, you get concentrate negative news, negative informations, right?
Yeah.
This is a really big thing that holds you back from really going to your strength. Then comes your environment, your parents, your friends, that don't say, "Hey man, you really should quit your job and live your dream," right? They say,
Yeah.
"No, no, no, maybe go studying, it's more safe." So
Yeah.
I think these are two of the major. Oh, look at this! This
Isn't
is a
it
magic
beautiful?
drink. It is.
Exactly.
It is. I hope
You know
it's
what? I think I'm
tastes.
just going to drink it myself. Yeah,
Yeah, I
I
start
can.
now my tea.
Oh, you haven't even
So
started yet. Well,
yeah,
and you have to show us tricks. You have to show us tricks.
yeah, 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 yeah. Let's do
By
let's do one right now. Let's do one right
ah,
now.
okay.
So water is boiling.
Yay! Get ready for
Okay,
tricks. Awesome.
okay. This I created tricks for the kitchen. Okay,
Ah!
so now I will change this towel into a chicken.
What?
Into a chicken. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, check the towel. Is it okay? Is it a real towel?
Yeah,
Check,
it
check,
looks like a
hold it.
real one.
Yeah.
It does
Okay,
look
thank
like a
you.
real one.
All right, watch this.
Okay, I'm watching very carefully.
Don't blink.
I'm not blinking.
You're gonna be so amazed in a moment.
I might fall.
So,
I might fall. Don't amaze me too much. I'm like dead. Okay.
okay.
It doesn't look like a chicken now.
You will be astonished. Okay. To make it real, I need a drum roll. Can you make a drum roll?
Oh, okay. How does it go?
Yes.
But it
Ladies
distracts
and
me.
gentlemen, chicken. Thank you. Thank you.
Ah, you got me,
Thank
Dad.
you.
You just got me totally. I was expecting like a gross looking. This is
Thank you.
awesome. I think I
That is
think I think you can teach me that one. Huh.
maybe.
Maybe.
You know,
Awesome.
with a lot of magic tricks, people ask me, Dan, how do you do that? And and with these things, people ask me, Dan, why do you do that? Yeah.
Awesome.
So my tea is
So
ready.
cool. Your tea is ready. Let me have a drink. Although I'm just asking myself, should I be drinking anything in this show because I might just miss something.
As much as
Well,
more you drink, as easier it is for me.
well,
So
think about it.
yes.
There are people watching. Then there are people watching.
Really? I don't see anyone.
This is awesome. So, hey, I have a magic trick too. I did this a couple
Oh,
of days
really?
ago. Yeah, I did this a
Oh,
couple of days ago, and my friends defriended me.
really?
Yeah, not real friends,
Okay.
obviously. So I have this.
Yeah.
Hey, I made you laugh. See, not too many. It's like,
Amazing. Magic Theater coming soon. Vegas.
okay. Obviously, I'm not going to follow up with that career. Although, if you teach me, maybe I can become one of your disciples. You have
Yeah.
already questions here on Twitter.
Oh, great.
Yeah, it says on honest answer. Did you always believe in the power of imagination, even when people called you a loser in the school?
Oh, that is a good question.
Mm-hmm.
So when I was in school, I didn't have the power of imagination. I had no idea about self-development and other things. And so I believed in what people told me. So I I made myself very small, right? Small thinking, small behaviors. So yeah, that was a really tough time. But when I started to read books about people who told me, hey, you can do what you want, you are the creator of your life, right? Don't believe things, don't believe the illusions in your mind. And of course, there are also techniques to make these illusions disappear or change them into power, empowerment beliefs. So this was my turning point. So always search for role models, right? People who are where you want to be, and study them, study their thinking, what kind of magic they did to reach that goal and adapt it, right?
Do you have a role model yourself, or when you first started, was there a figure where you said, in terms of coaching people, in terms of bringing magic into their life, in terms of inspirational speaking, etc., I want to be just like this person?
Yeah, my biggest role model was and still is Tony Robbins.
Ah, okay, yeah.
He's he's the one of the biggest guys in the US, even worldwide for self development. I
Mm-hmm.
went to all of his events, I read all his books and adapted many things. And yeah, I like this guy, I like his story, I like his power.
Mm-hmm.
And this was my role model. But I read like many books, and of course, you can, for many people, you can learn some things.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's just for me, it's like the biggest gift in the world that people uh, read, write their like 20-30 years of trial and error, right?
Mm-hmm.
Write it in like 100 200 pages and you can consume it. What great gift that is. That saves
I
you
have
so much
another
time.
question here for you. Again,
Hmm.
a very interesting one. Says, when you say just do the things you are very good at, how
Yeah,
about self improvement? If I only do what I can do well, how do I get better?
I didn't understand the
Yeah, so
question totally.
I think the question is about, if I concentrate only on things that I'm already good at and I do well and I'm enjoying doing,
Hmm.
how do I self improve? How do I get even better?
Hmm. Yeah, this is actually advice I always give. Like when you find something you're good at, become great at it.
Ah,
Become the best at it, right? When
okay.
I figured
Mm-hmm.
out I'm really good at magic, I concentrate on this to become better and better and become the best of it. So
Mm-hmm.
then you can make more money with that, right? Then you can teach other people to do that. So it's very good for this person if he or she already very good at something. Concentrate on be even better, that you are the best in this area, and then you can do so many things with that.
Yeah. Another question goes,
Wow.
where does one learn the more ambitious tricks? Do you need, for instance, if you have figured out something that's really cool, do you have to, do you license those to make them your own, or how does that work?
Like magic tricks.
Yeah.
Okay, let me show you one. with this bag.
Is this
In
something
this
you
bag,
discovered?
No.
No. What I mean is this trick something that you created yourself, or is this something you
Uh,
learned from someone else?
yeah. Most of the tricks I do, I learned from other people.
Uh-huh.
I'm very creative as an artist, but to discover or invent a magic trick, it takes so much energy, brain
Mm-hmm.
energy. And in the magic world, there are like a few people who just invent because they're very good in that, right? But then maybe not very good in performing. I'm very good in performing. So
Mm-hmm.
I look at like what are the best magic tricks. Sometimes I combine them. Sometimes I do like my own mix, but
Mm-hmm.
the techniques are mostly from other gurus, right?
Mm-hmm.
So let me show you one.
Yay.
In this bag, there's something. Maybe Seda, you like it. Maybe you hate it.
Oh.
You hate it.
Yeah,
So
not very
people
good
are at
at those.
home. Yeah, I think everyone knows this magic cube, Rubik's cube.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe someone who looks here maybe solved it already.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe at the childhood, right? It's a really difficult thing. Uh, Seda, what do you think? What is the world record in solving this cube?
I don't know. A minute?
A minute? Guess one more time.
5 minutes?
5 minutes. It's 4 seconds.
What?
Exactly
Okay,
3.73 seconds.
do it.
I'm a magician, I'm not a nerd. So you can mix them in like so many different ways, right? Normally I give them out in the audience so people can mix a little bit. So just tell me, Seda, which direction I should go. This
Yeah,
one
with the
go
left one just come to me once.
here, yeah,
With the other one, two in your direction.
to the top like this.
Yeah, well, whatever, and then just once again. Anyway,
Once
anything
again,
you, yeah, like this. Let's do it like this once.
like this.
Yeah, excellent.
Okay. All
Okay.
right. Now watch. I
There
don't
is
do
nothing.
with
There
two
is
hands.
nothing else in the bag.
No. I do it with one hand. Like this, okay? So with one hand. And even without looking, this is where the bag comes into play, okay? Are you ready?
Okay, I am ready.
World record, one hand blind, 7 seconds. Okay?
Okay.
Watch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Nothing else in the bag.
Nothing else in the bag. You don't believe me? Okay, I prove it. See, it's empty. Nothing in the bag.
Crazy. I don't.
Some people don't believe me.
Yeah, I might be some of the. Seriously.
Nothing in the bag.
So you're a
Twitter,
nerd.
three
you
3 years without a girlfriend.
Well, well, you've built your career upon those 3 years. And now you have a girlfriend.
If there's a single lady out there,
They will be like after this. No, no way.
no, I'm almost married. We want you to
Excellent.
marry this year. It's gonna be an adventure if this going to work because of the
Yeah, the
corona.
corona. Yeah, well, let's hope so. Wait, but still, I think the question is, so if you were to do like very ambitious tricks, like
Yeah.
cutting people into halves and things like that.
Oh,
Yeah. So what is something that you do that's really ambitious on stage?
one thing I really love what you saw at TEDx was that someone signs a bill, a 50 euro note, and then it will disappear, and at the end it will come up into a lemon. You open the lemon, and then there's a
Ah,
signed bill
yeah, I
inside.
remember that. I remember
This
that.
is what I really like. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or the block, like the drawing block, and then comes a bowling ball out of the block.
Yes, I remember.
And
Now I remember both of those, and I also remember when you were coming back backstage. Everybody was like, "How did you do that? How did you do that?" Yeah. Wait. I'm
and I
looking
say
into
very good.
whether there are more questions. So if more questions are coming in,
Cool.
please go to at the Mindshift TV on Twitter and just reply to us, so we will see and answer your questions.
Every answer just $5.
That's quite cheap. Yeah, cheap
Yeah.
advice, right? You once
We raise it. We raise it.
Exactly. Yeah, because first answer is just like a hook.
Yeah.
And then you need
You
to
know.
you
You
need to
know.
know, you need to know more. How is your tea
Vicky
doing?
Seda. Huh?
How is your tea?
It's still hot, but it's ginger inside. So,
Okay, so
mm,
the magic tea. But also, you know what? Although it was kind of sweet, but what you did right before the show for the little one, it was so
yeah.
nice. It was so lovely. Well, Dan, I mean, tell me how when did the breakthrough come? Because now you do shows where like thousands of people are watching. You have these, big, beautiful events. When was the time where you said, "Now I'm ready to go," all crazy?
Yeah. Um, it started when I realized that when I am brave and I do something out of my comfort zone, I grow exponentially.
Mm,
So when I started to go on the street and ask the people, it was so out of my comfort zone. It was so,
mm,
but when it worked, right, and there were many people like, oh, okay, it was worth it, right?
mm,
So I started to a lot of times go out of my comfort zone and not be afraid anymore. Just
mm,
do it, Nike, I love this sentence. Just do it. And you grow so much. And once you start to realize that, it's much more easy to go out because there's going to be a great outcome. Even
mm,
when you fail, you learn a lot, and next time you do it better, right?
mm,
So it always starts with your thinking. It's like a circle. It starts with your thinking. When you think about, okay, I gonna make it, it's gonna be great, I will learn a lot, right? Then you
mm,
get good emotions. That's the next thing. Good
mm,
emotions. And with good emotions, you go into action, right? And then you get results. And with
mm,
great results, you get great thinking, and then the circle starts again. Great, great thoughts, great feelings, great
mm,
actions, great results. So first you have to start to come into the circle. It also goes negative. When you
mm,
think bad about yourself, negative feelings, no action and no results. And no
mm.
results means negative thinking again, right?
But
So
are you never like pissed off? Are you never? Don't you ever say like, fuck this, I'm quitting, I hate this, or and then if you get that kind of feeling, how do you deal with that? How do you not give up?
when my chicken doesn't look very good, I'm very pissed. Yeah.
Well, this
uh,
one
ac-
this one looks quite well. Uh, it was hilarious.
Actually,
Yeah.
I really love my life. I'm very, very grateful, very thankful, and I'm extremely positive.
Mm,
It's very rare that I'm pissed off, that I've doubts, self doubts,
mm,
or yeah. It's very, very, very rarely. At the beginning of the year, it was like this about 2 weeks. I was like, what the fuck? What's wrong with me? I have no idea. Such a great life, but yeah,
yeah.
it's just everyone is I think it's like the nature. Sometimes it comes up. Yeah, but it's very, very rarely. I think when you really find your passion and you really love what you're doing,
Mm,
you don't have any reasons to be pissed off.
mm.
right?
I mean, it's really mind-boggling because if you can find the things that fulfill you, that use your potential, that use your creativity, um, so that you can self-actualize, and on top of it, you start earning money with that thing.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think it's a great upward spiral. I mean, I am one of the best examples of that kind of life too. But still, sometimes do your clients, when they try to kind of figure out these whys and these positive emotions and all of that, and it's not working, and they're not coming into that positive mindset. So, and do they ever come to you and they say like, we can't do that. This is only you. Not everybody is able to do that kind of work. How do you deal with that?
Then I say that's bullshit.
Well done. Okay.
Yeah, it's very easy to tell yourself a story, right? To
Mm,
find reasons why it doesn't work. But it's
mm,
always your thoughts and thinkings. And many people proved it that it's going to work. Of course, sometimes it takes a little bit longer, you know. Sometimes you maybe also need a little bit luck when you really want to go like crazy. But if you try and if you work hard and you really work on your thoughts and your actions, they're gonna be results. It's impossible
mm,
if you take action, right, and deliver great things to people and improve their lives in whatever
mm.
way. uh, there's it's impossible that there's no outcome, right?
I do believe so too. And now, we're almost at the end of the show.
No.
Yeah. Do you have any other tricks you want to show?
Yes, of
Yay.
course. Maybe there's another question for $5.
Yeah, guys, if you have last questions, this is the time
Yeah,
to ask them because we're about to close the show.
$5 for one question and
Oh,
$10 for the second.
can you if it's something we should be seeing, can you just pull it a little bit
Yeah,
more into the picture?
yeah. Give me
Okay.
1 second. I have
Yeah.
to prepare.
Ooh.
Let's do. Can you do advertisement or something to break?
What do
Ad-
you? I mean, it depends. No. Yeah.
So, okay, maybe it's going to work, maybe not. I didn't do this trick for a long time, so let's try. Okay,
Okay.
so
So.
magic recipe for a lot of
Mm-hmm.
energy.
Yay.
Okay,
Okay.
okay, let me grab my seat here. I never did a magic show in the kitchen, Seda. This really, even after 15 years, something new. Great.
Awesome.
Okay, so magic recipes for energy. First, we have tomato. How you say?
Powder.
Gewürz.
Okay. Tomato spice.
Spice. That's the
Yeah.
word. So, and tomato stands for the juiciness of life, right?
Okay.
Tastes great. Huh? Uh, it's come from the nature, so a lot of energy grow with the sun, right? So let's make a little bit like this inside. Okay, next recipe, pepper.
Pepper. Mm-hmm.
Pepper, yes, everybody knows pepper, so it's a very common thing. It gives you it peppers up your life, right? So pepper, always very famous. And chili, chili from
Oh. Okay.
Mexico. Yeah, this is the spice, right? The spice in
Mm-hmm.
your life. So very important. Not to be too boring. Always need a little bit spice in your life. Okay. So, and at the end, magic.
What's that? Oh, Maggie Gewürz.
That's,
Hey,
yeah, that's
wait,
magic.
wait. Mine is bigger.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Very good.
Hilarious. Okay.
All right. And when you put all the things together, you have to light your fire to make this a very magic mix.
Hey.
And then I hope it works. And when you mix all this together, what comes out?
What's that?
Powerful magic food. These are Studentenfutter.
Oh, that's like nuts, a mix of nuts.
Yeah, mix of nuts. This gives you a lot of energy. So these are spices for every kitchen to get a lot of magic energy.
Awesome. That's hilarious. Really cool. Thank you so much. And the glass table is kind of also part of the trick. It's very important, right? Because people always want to know that it's very transparent.
Yeah, so true.
Yeah.
So this was
Awesome.
just for you. I didn't do this for a long, long time, this trick. And I think for the kitchen, it's perfect.
It was
Magic recipe, right?
it was awesome. And now, before we close, we take the jokes of our guests. So do you have a joke for us? I'm collecting those.
Oh my God. I'm really, really bad at jokes. Okay, I have one, but not many people like it because, anyway. I don't know if there's also in other cultures. In Germany, it is like that you make jokes about girls who have blonde hair.
Oh, no blonde jokes. No blonde jokes. We're not doing any jokes with ladies. Yeah, no.
Yeah, this is why not many people like this trick.
Excellent. Well, then
It's very funny. It's not really disrespectful, but I like it. But that's the only joke I know.
but we're not discriminating blonde girls, but we're discriminating, for instance, sheep. We've been discriminating scientists, even artists, in all of our jokes. Yeah, I have a science joke actually tonight.
Okay, great.
Yeah, it goes. If What does a scientist do if nobody laughs at his jokes?
I don't know.
He waits until there is a reaction.
Okay, I tried the joke with the scientist as well.
Okay.
A scientist goes into what is it? Bücherei in English?
A bookstore.
A bookstore. And yeah, goes to bookstore. Like many people in the bookstore, they read, so you have to be quiet, right? So he goes into the bookstore, say, I would like to have a burger and French fries. And the lady at the reception says, excuse me, we are here at the bookstore. And the scientist says, I want to have a burger and French fries. I really like this one.
Awesome.
First person who laughed at my joke. Great.
Yeah. Well, we had a profiler, a professional profiler on this show, and he was like, "Okay, your jokes tell a lot about you, but let's not talk about that." Yeah, he was specialized on psychopaths.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh my God,
Well,
this scares me.
Exactly. Me too. Woo. but so we're now at the end of our show. I want to thank you so much for joining me tonight. Bubbles.
At the end of the show, some bubbles,
The soap,
right?
yeah, it's lovely. It's so lovely.
So, Seda, when I can say one more thing to your audience. First,
Yes.
thank you that you're having me at the guest. I'm very honored. It was great to have a magic kitchen.
Yeah. Oh, look at this.
And for everyone, believe in yourself. don't give up, have a big vision, and that your dreams, that you don't, oh yeah, I have to, it's really hard because I really have to push that the camera can see it.
Yes.
Because here the air is so weird, they fly, here they come. So just follow your dreams and reach for your goals so you can keep them. Taste them.
So
this is what I
cool.
wish to you and your whole audience.
Oh, thank you so much, Dan. That's so lovely. Please stay in the line for us and for your audience. There is now a chance to attend an after show party with you as our guest. And I'm just going to say good night, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me yet at another episode of the Entrepreneur's Kitchen. I'm looking forward to tomorrow's episode. Now, Marko Rusevar of Estonia is going to be with us. He knows all about going viral. He knows all about hacking crises. He just had a huge TED event. And I'm hoping that you will tune in and we will ask him lots and lots of questions about how to hack a crisis situation. And well, see you tomorrow night. See you Friday. And thank you again for being with me tonight. Bye-bye.